I have this deeply feeling I'm talking to a collective that finally comes out of a darkness. Something changed and the dark days are over. Shout out to that song. Maybe you should listen it by Florence and the Machine. It's an amazing song. It's definitely gonna have messages. And I think the dark days are over. I think the first sunshine is back, and it does something with us. But we have to slowly get used to it again. You know, the sun can also burn you. It doesn't mean you can now just stay all the time at the sun without protection. You still gotta protect yourself from the sun, even if it's the most beautiful thing, you know. There's something about balance. There's definitely something about balance that has been learned. And it was time to learn that. And the biggest shift, I feel like, to the collective I'm talking to, and this is so specific, and I gotta explain it. There is something about things you wanted, or even things you didn't want in your life, that is shifting, that is kind of fundamental to your core character. Because you more and more get aligned with your true self, things are shifting for you. And I'm talking about big decisions. Let me tell you what I mean. So it could be that you always thought, I don't want to have children. Never. I'm not going to have children. I don't want children. But the question is, was that your own thought, or was it something planned in your head? That this thing about, I don't want children, or I don't want this thing, it's just an example. Was it you in your core, or was it coming from the outside? Like, for example, you didn't have a secure relationship to your parents, or your mom, your father left you really early. So you thought, I never want to be like this, so I don't want to have children. But you are realizing that was just a way of thinking to protect yourself. And you know yourself so much better now. You trust yourself a lot more. And all the healing work and all the reflection you did during the past 7 years, 5 to 7 years is what I'm hearing, is finally showing off. And it comes in with you. How do you know that it comes in? It comes in with you realizing how much you changed, and that you don't want the same things anymore. You don't want the same things anymore, because now you kind of get the blessing to understand what is your real core, what do you want, and what is coming in from external. You got the high power, you got it unlocked to realize what is you, what is external. And that's crazy. Let me tell you, there are a lot of people that don't even know what they are and what the outside is. They don't know. And that's crazy. So there's a big yes for new adventure. There's a big thing with trust. So there's that saying by Martin Luther King that trust means to do the first step, even if you don't see the stairs, which is crazy because the card I picked before was so Wait, let me translate that. With the first step in the direction of your dreams, it is where it starts. So there's definitely about steps. First steps. There's something like you get now the allowance from the universe to show yourself in your uniqueness. And you gotta give the allowance also to yourself, because there's something about you. You're more and more realizing who you are. I guess you put up boundaries with people. You know, you put up boundaries with people. There's something about the shift in not seeing what you lack, but seeing what you got. Shift is so important, to be always thankful for what you already have, even though it's not it's not always easy. So there are no limits to the universe. There's no limits to what you're gonna do. There is a new thing you say yes to. You just gotta do the first step. I feel like you realizing who you really are and stepping in your uniqueness. Okay? I think that is a big topic. You accepting and realizing who you are, stepping in your uniqueness and saying yes. If you get a possibility, a chance in the next few days, weeks, within the next 5 weeks, I would say yes. You got to trust the universe. There's something about the first step. There's something about the first step. There's like I see stairs, but not like upwards, just like in front of you. You know, you gotta go the first step, even if you don't know where it ends. You can't see the whole way. You only see that first step. There's something about it. There's something about the bird and your dreams. Back to the feather topic. I love feathers. They always, for me, a symbol of the connection to God and a higher power. There's 100% a shift. As I told you with this story, you realizing what you really want. I feel like with right now, the time of the sun is shining more. It's getting warmer. The flowers are coming out. It might be something that is also happening within you. And there's something that shifted from last year to now. It's a different energy. It's like you accepted something. You accepted something that you always wanted to change. You reflected on the things you thought they were set in stone. You weren't afraid to set boundaries. There's like a big, like, it almost feels like you went to school and you learned about yourself. And the universe is, the universe is ready to show you. Okay? And there's something also about accepting your sorrow, accepting your fear, accepting your doubt. You know, I was talking to a friend and she was like, I never have doubts. And I was like, that can't be. And I was talking with somebody else about it. And he was like, you know, you got to accept your doubts. Because sometimes your doubts are also protecting you. Nobody will ever feel free of doubt. That's a normal thing. Things change, you know. You got to accept it. and you don't want to fight against your shadows. Only then you can be free. And there's something that happened with the integration. Maybe you did, I feel like you did education. I'm talking to a collective that is actually educated with these things. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There plenty of possibility the universe is giving to you. That's on the next card. There's also, again, now in this card, my shadow belongs to me just like my light. Only with the both sides. I'm a full circle. It's the shadow and the light, and I feel like something happened. You educated yourself, and it's like everything, all the realizations, all the work. It's a full circle moment. It's a full circle moment. And with this new life, with this spring, you're gonna come to life too, and it's gonna be a big change. People that haven't seen you in a long time, I don't know if they will still recognize you and your energy. It's different. I'm so excited. Let me know if it is matching for you and what actually changed for you. What are the biggest lessons you took? And what do you want to give the people? What is it about? What is this education about? Really excited. I'm really excited what's about to come because it's getting huge. I feel it, and at this point, I'm not doubting it. Have a good time. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.